I found that he could be hit. You know, he's a big guy, and he seems a little uncoordinated. You know, he's so tall and everything. He bends down when he throws his shots. Hopefully I can catch him when he has to squat down to throw that big right hand. And he doesn't seem too fast to me, you know. But he's a good fighter. He's world champion. So I'm going into the fight, and I'm going to be thinking a lot, you know.
Well, he would do well to think a lot and react a lot. He does not look intimidated. And you see Castro, he likes it, as does Teo Stevenson. Actually, Teo doesn't seem as interested. Teofilo Stevenson, 3-time world and Olympic champion. And Felix Savon there, himself a 2-time world champion, has always been a little bit resentful of having to work in the shadow of Stevenson. Ever since he was 17 or 18 years old, people have been calling him the next Teofilo, and Felix resents it a little bit, trying to make a name for himself.
The referee for the bout is Antonio Bernaldo of Brazil, and this is the big bout. Savon in the blue, Briggs in the red. The Cubans have won 9 goals to date, with 5 of them by stoppage.
If Shannon Briggs doesn't find a way, and it would be, you know, an upset of mind-boggling proportions, but if he doesn't find a way to win this bout, it will be the worst American showing in the Pan Am Games way back since 1951, which is they only had 8 bouts in 1951, and Argentina won all of them the first year. But since this really became the Pan Am Games as we know it, the least we've won, I believe, is 2. So far, only the one by Steve Johnston.
Briggs missing with a couple of jabs. Savon pumping his left jab as well.
Felix Savon in the blue of Cuba. When you see him, you know, you heard Shannon say he looks a little uncoordinated. He is not a fluid boxer. He's got a phenomenal body. I mean, for any athlete. I mean, just incredible physique. But he does seem awkward and a little bit uncoordinated and stiff. There's nothing fluid about Felix. I mean, the biggest reason he's been able to establish such a reputation is the heavyweight division in amateur boxing just does not have very much talent in it and has not had any for a while.
Alex, to take a trip down memory lane, the last American to win this weight class was Dwayne Bobbick back in 1971 in Cali, Colombia. And I'll give you one guess who he beat.
I happen to know that because Dwayne is a good friend of mine. And the man he beat was Teofilo Stevenson, who then went on to beat Dwayne in 72 at the Olympics.
Briggs is very cautious here early in the first round. Shannon Briggs has become one of the villains here of the Cuban crowd because of his outward cheering for his teammates during some of their bouts. Savon hit him with a right, a glancing right.
And that is the Savon power punch, as you saw on the replay with Gillespie. Savon's really done Shannon a favor here by fighting such a slow pace and a controlled pace. There, the right.
Oh, and he goes down.
End of controlled pace.
Hammer time in Havana. Shannon Briggs is in trouble.
Yeah, no, stop this. He says he's all right. He said he hit me on the elbow. Shannon did not put his gloves up, and they did not stop it.
Felix Savon registers the first decisive blow of the bout.
Decisive is an understatement.
Less than 30 seconds to go, and Briggs is out of it. He's out on his feet almost, Alex.
They'll stop it. That's it. Yeah, Shannon just doesn't understand what he has to do in amateur boxing. He hasn't been around long enough. He was badly hurt by 2 power punches, and they're just not going to let it go.
So Felix Savon makes it 10 golds for the Cubans. He ends it with 15 seconds to go in the first round. Shannon Briggs still protesting, though.
Shannon was thinking, and Felix was punching. That is the 5th stoppage in the 11 finals so far by the Cubans. There's just been a phenomenal amount of bouts not going the distance here. Either being knockouts, referee stops contest. The percentage of short bouts here, let's get the decision.
En la esquina azul de Cuba, Felix Savon.
There's Felix's little victory dance. He's still got his headgear on. Shannon Briggs has the haircut. Felix Savon has a first-round win.
And he is a real showman, Felix Savon.
Comes over to the American coaches. There's Tom Mustin. So now Felix Savon is a two-time Pan American Games champion. And that win ties there, watch how big he is, over the top rope. Just the way Teo used to do it.